Good evening, folks. Thanks for clicking on to the special edition of the UK and Europe video blog for this evening. I've explained in the video this morning earlier on about the dynamics of transition between warm core hurricanes or tropical storms into baroclinic systems. The average type of low pressure that we typically see here across the United Kingdom. We've got a pretty complex weather unfolding over the next 24 to 48 and 72 hour time frame. A weather forecast that we really need to pay attention to. We could be potentially seeing a damaging weather event, particularly from Sunday night through Monday in particular, and perhaps even Tuesday as well. We have what is currently Category 1 Hurricane Katia now starting to move away from the United States, and thankfully it never impacted the United States, only producing heavy seas and rip currents and whatnot up and down the eastern seaboard. So that is good news for folks there. Now what I'm wanting to tell you about and inform you about, folks, is the potential for that very system to move across the North Atlantic and very rapidly move across the Atlantic. And unfortunately, folks, the models continue to suggest that Katia, although will not be a tropical system when it arrives into our area by say mid-afternoon Sunday, it's starting to show the signs of growing winds and heavy rain across the UK, particularly across Scotland and the northern part of England in particular. By Sunday night, we will probably have gale force winds across places anywhere from basically all of Scotland, including the central belt, the M8 corridor between Glasgow and Edinburgh. Expect sustained winds probably in the 30+ mile per hour range and wind gusts beyond 50 miles an hour. As we progress from Sunday night into Monday morning, we could be increasing those winds. Sustained winds, folks, in the Highlands could be in the 60 to 75 mile per hour range. That's the kind of winds we're talking about, and that's sustained winds. Gusts will probably be at or above 100 miles an hour. Places like Cairngorm Mountain and exposed peaks, and of course we don't live in the exposed peaks, which is a good thing, but we are going to be seeing very intense winds across particularly the higher ground, but certainly down the low levels. Exposed coastal areas could be seeing gusts beyond 80 miles an hour, and I do expect by Monday, as the core of this 960 millibar low pressure, that's a very strong area of low pressure, folks, we could be talking basically winds, damaging wind gusts across the central belt and across all of Scotland. Low levels, high levels. We could be expecting, I wouldn't be surprised, folks, if we've seen gusts of hurricane force in the central belt of Scotland on Monday. That could rip off roof tiles. It'll certainly down trees. Bear in mind that all the leaves are still on the trees, so it could have significant tree damage, power lines down perhaps, and we will be seeing, I suggest that any loose furniture in your garden, you kind of get that protected, sealed up, even tied down, folks. We are going to see a significant wind event by Monday, and certainly even by Sunday evening. So I do, it sounds funny because we often look at the US, we look at the tropics for basically telling people to batten down the hatches, of course tying down any loose garden furniture, but that is something I will suggest you do here across Scotland and the north of England in the coming days. Now I'm going to show you here quickly the map here. This is the current map, and this is not, by the way, the feature that I'm talking about. What this feature will do is, and I'll show you, is it will produce strong southerly winds tomorrow across Scotland. We could be seeing potentially some gale force winds across the coasts and across exposed areas tomorrow. But actually the system that I'm talking about isn't actually on this map. It will appear in the map as I progress forward. Looking ahead at 24 hours, Look at that there, folks. We've actually got a pretty strong 970 millibar central pressure in this area, low pressure. Katia is still not on this map, but if you notice, we've got pretty strong south winds blowing up across all of the UK, basically. Even the south of England will get pretty strong winds, and across Ireland as well. But pretty strong winds even tomorrow night, and this is still not the feature that is of concern. Looking ahead at 42 hours, and you will see that there is the system here. That is once Hurricane Katia. By this time in 48 hours, it will no longer be tropical. It will have transitioned into a cold core. It will have developed frontal systems, and it will be driven more by the warm and cold